Is the standard poodle the best or the worst dog for you in your specific situation? There are so many things that make a poodle the wrong choice, but maybe you've had a different experience. Maybe your situation makes the poodle the perfect dog for you and your family or your companions. First, let's talk about the advantages of owning a standard poodle. The first is the easiest advantage to owning this breed, and it has to do with their intelligence and their, I guess, the ease of trainability, how easy they are to train, maybe the proper way to say that. Standard poodles are incredibly smart dogs. They rank second on the list of the most intelligent dog breeds. And this makes them very easy to train and perfect for obedience work and agility training. Another benefit, which is a big deal for a lot of people, especially if you have allergies, is that they're a low shedding dog. Unlike a lot of other large breed dogs, standard poodles are considered hypoallergenic due to their minimal shedding and very low dander. However, even though they're considered hypoallergenic, keep in mind that sometimes some allergies are not actually triggered by the dog hair, but they're triggered by the dead flakes of skin or dander that comes off of all dogs, even standard poodles. So just don't take it for granted that you're not going to be allergic to a poodle if you're not sure if your allergy stems from the hair or the dander. So just keep that in mind. It does, regardless of allergies, the standard poodle is an incredible dog if you're worried about keeping a clean living space, because they're not going to be leaving a trail of dog hair everywhere they go. Third, and this is important for a lot of people who live around other people. So if you live in a subdivision or even a pet-friendly apartment complex, poodles are friendly and social, and they're less likely to be aggressive. The standard poodles are known for being friendly and sociable not only to other people but also to other dogs, and they're usually really good with children, which makes them an ideal family pet. Number 4, these dogs are versatile and active. If you have an active lifestyle and you're worried about your dog keeping up with you, then these dogs are an excellent choice. They excel in all kinds of dog sports, including retrieving, swimming, and even hunting if you socialize them correctly. Remember that the poodles were originally used as German bird dogs, so their roots go back to hunting experiences. They're also great companions for the outdoors. They love being out and about. Okay, number 5, and this may be a pro or a con, depending on who you are, but their appearance is very elegant and almost proper. Standard poodles, they have a graceful appearance, and they even carry themselves when running through the fields very graceful. They prance and bound almost like a deer. They have these beautiful curly coats, and they hold themselves in a proper upright position. There's no question that they turn heads wherever they go. And the cool thing about their appearance, because of their coats and the nature of grooming, you can kind of shape the dogs into a look that fits you and your lifestyle, what you like. For example, my family doesn't care for the long, slender nose, and so they let the facial hair and the hair around the head grow out a little bit more, so he had a little bit more of a full appearance in the front, and we loved the way he looks. All right, now let's consider some of the cons or some of the disadvantages to owning a standard poodle, because there are some of those. And the first one has to do almost kind of where we left off with their appearance, and it has to do with their high grooming needs. Standard poodles are super high maintenance when it comes to grooming, not just because you have to take them into the groomer and get them cut and trimmed, but also because their hairs, they need to be combed out, and combing that curly hair out can be challenging at best. If you don't get them to a groomer and you don't comb them out yourself, their hair is going to mat. It's going to end up in tangles and big knots. Frequent grooming sessions, professional trimming, those are all going to be necessary to keep your dog looking their very best. Standard poodles do have a tendency to separation anxiety. Now, this can be controlled with some good training and good socialization, but poodles are known as a benefit or as an advantage for their loyalty to their owners. However, that loyalty, if they're not accustomed to separation, can lead to some anxiety, which, if they're left alone for extended periods of time, that anxiety almost always turns into negative dog behavior. and can create some serious frustration on the part of the dog owner. Number 3 we mentioned is an advantage, but is also it's also a disadvantage, and that's their energy level. So if you're if you have an active lifestyle, then this dog might be perfect for you. On the other hand, if you either are really busy and don't have time to get out, or when you do have some free time, the last thing you want to do is go out into the hills, then this is probably the wrong dog for you. You're going to probably look for something more like a little bulldog that's happy to just lay around the house and chill with you. So keep that in mind. If standard poodles don't get enough exercise, it can lead to some boredom, some mental and physical boredom, and that always leads to, again, negative dog behavior that can be frustrating. Number 4, the disadvantages just has to do with health issues. Most large breeds, if you're not careful with the genetics, they have a tendency to hip dysplasia. That has to do with how big the dogs are and the amount of weight, and there's just a lot of things that go into genetics, as well as some situational indicators or influences. But with poodles, you're going to want to look for hip dysplasia, eye issues, and skin allergies. You're going to want to have regular vet checkups and follow-ups to ensure their well-being. Number 5 has to do with just the cost of owning a standard poodle. We mentioned at the very beginning the grooming cost. The grooming is an annoyance if it didn't cost anything, but when you start adding in the fees every time you take them to the groomer, that becomes a really, really serious burden financially, especially right now where things are increasing so much price-wise across the board. So there's 5 or 6 advantages and disadvantages to owning a standard poodle. In conclusion, I would say that, like with most dog breeds, owning a standard poodle, if it's the right fit for you, is going to be a rewarding experience. But it's going to take the time to train, to socialize, and to create that bond. These dogs are very intelligent, versatile, incredible companions. But there are some requirements and some things to consider before jumping in to a standard poodle. Make sure that it matches your lifestyle. If you do, if this seems like a good fit, I don't have any question that you're going to enjoy a standard poodle. From our family's perspective, we never ever assumed that we would like having a standard poodle, but we had Teddy for, man, it seems like just a matter of a couple of days, and before we knew it, we were total standard poodle lovers. Teddy was an awesome addition to our family. So thanks for watching our channel. Thanks for watching this video. If this has been helpful for you, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, what's your poodle's name if you have one, and if not, what are your concerns about getting a poodle before you get one? Thanks, I appreciate it. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos or dog breeds that you'd like to see me do, please leave them in the comments below. Have an awesome day. And remember, being a responsible pet owner is the key to a happy and fulfilling companionship with your pup.